are from SMA Negeri 8 Yogyakarta. I'm Nieka Putri Oktaviani.
And I'm Tristani Adiota Elmira Fitria Zahra.
We will present our research about analysis on the increase of employment termination rate and its effect on domestic violence during COVID-19 pandemic in Yogyakarta City. The background of this research is when the COVID-19 has entered Indonesia in March 2020, it gives impacts on Indonesia's economic. The unstable economic makes many companies has to decide the best decisions for the workers and the companies as soon as possible. The termination of employment will make the needs of the workers are not fulfilled and it will trigger domestic violence.
The objectives of this research: first, to determine how many layoffs have increased in Yogyakarta City, and second, to determine did the increase of layoffs in Yogyakarta City lead to an increase in domestic violence.
The methods of this research is qualitative methods with a documentation. Documents accessed at the Yogyakarta City Women Empowerment and Child Protection Agency and the Yogyakarta City Office of Cooperatives, Small and Medium Enterprises, Manpower and Transmigration. The collected data are the number of layoffs in Yogyakarta City and domestic violence in Yogyakarta City. The data analyzed descriptively to draw the conclusion.
Results and analysis. This graphic is about employment termination data in Yogyakarta City from August 2019 until February 2020. And this graphics from March until September 2020. Based on this data, it can be seen that 7 months after COVID-19 entered Indonesia, the number of layoffs has increased rapidly to 1,016% from 7 months before COVID-19 entered Indonesia.
This is the graphic of domestic violence data for women and children from January until December 2019. And this is the graphic from January until September 2020. Based on the graphic, we can see that after COVID-19 has entered Indonesia in March 2020, domestic violence has decreased by 16.4% compared to 7 months before COVID-19 entered Indonesia.
This graphic is about relations between the number of cases of layoffs and domestic violence in Yogyakarta City from August 2019 until February 2020. And this graphics from March until September 2020. Based on this data, it can be seen that layoffs and domestic violence doesn't have a significant effect because the layoffs has increased while the data of domestic violence has decreased.
The conclusion of this research are: first, during the 7 months prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, the number of reported layoffs was 6, whereas for 7 months since the COVID-19 pandemic, the reported layoffs number reached 67 cases, which means that the number of layoffs cases has increased by 1,016%. Second, domestic violence also has decreased by 16.4%. An increase in domestic violence has not accompanied the increase in layoffs. Termination of employment does not have a significant effect on domestic violence.
The future work of this research: further research needs to be made regarding the forms and causes of domestic violence that occurred during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Thank you.